Well, Fitz, we got to go back though. Look, yesterday, Sunday was great. Some great games. Obviously, Rams Bills is probably going to be my favorite without question. But let's go back to Detroit, man. One, it was really freaking cold, and I'm glad they do play in a dome. That's my first thing that I will say. I had a great time having Drew Mann with me. I had my son Andrew Whitworth Jr. with me. It was his game. Michael already got his earlier in the year, so it was fun having him around. But we had a pretty epic meal on Wednesday night.
Dude,
Talk to me about it. You're rocking the hat, I see.
I haven't taken it off since we went. We went to this place called Miller's. It's been around since 1941, I think. We didn't know what we were getting into. We just knew it was a burger joint. So we walk in, we sit down. We'll take a menu, please. Well, we don't have menus. Start looking around. Okay, no menus. Great.
How's this work?
I'll get a double cheeseburger, please. You start talking about what you want to put on the double cheeseburger. They say, no, but you just order the cheeseburger. We'll bring the condiments out. And so they brought pickles out in a Ziploc baggie. They dropped some onions on the table. Oh, and they don't have plates either. So they serve everything on wax paper. So this was very interesting. The onion rings and the fries were really good. Again, not on the menu. We just had to guess at what they had back there. But burgers, fries, onion rings. We had a nice little Christmas ale. I remember,
that was good.
right?
Yeah, Christmas ale
there
was good.
A menu for the drinks, though. Yes, just not the food.
Honor system.
And then the coolest thing, I think, was the honor system, which was you go at the end of the meal, you walk up to the bar, you tell him what you had to eat, and then he rings you up and charges you. But you don't have a bill. You can't give a credit card because it's all cash. And it just seemed like these people had worked there for a long time. It was a family established restaurant. Everybody in there was regulars. And these are the type of places we like finding on the road for sure.
Oh, I mean, this is what it's all about. This is why we venture out when we go Thursday night football trips to try to find spots like this. But I also want to just throw in one, we've talked about being hot and bothered about something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The patties. I mean, these hamburgers, okay? Here's what I loved, okay, as a big fella. I'm tired of this smash burger mess, okay? Listen, I don't want the patty mashed down to where it's thin like a tortilla, okay? Sharon's going to be mad at my words here, but I want a big, thick, I want the patty. I want it to, listen, I want this hamburger patty to be legit. I want it to look like a steak, okay?
Yeah.
And that's what these were. They were juicy. These things were so good. I could have snuck back over there. I mean, that thing was damn good.
Well, when we ordered the doubles and she said, oh, I don't know, that's a lot of meat. I almost went triple but I thought better of it and only went double. But and then Drew let me down at that meal. He had 5 meals that day, but he ate about half of his burger.
Son, eat your damn burger.
Eat your burger, man. He's 13. His shoe size is already bigger than mine. He's going to be a monster eventually.
That's
I thought
soft.
One cool thing though, Drew and Jared Goff and kind of the special relationship they had. Goff was on the desk afterwards. What a great dude to talk to. And even talking through some of the situations with him, 4th down, they knew it all week, 4th and 5 or less, they're going for it. They didn't get one on their own 30. They got one at the end of the game, when they were already in field goal range to make sure that Green Bay didn't have a chance. But then after that interview, Drew's standing by and there's a little moment with Jared and Drew that I just thought was pretty cool and had to be neat for you as a dad as well.
It is, man. I mean, Jared obviously is somebody I consider a little brother. And when I came to Los Angeles Rams in 2017, he had a rough rookie season. You think of Bryce Young, possibly just to think of somebody recent, really rough year. Jeff Fisher's last year here as the Rams. Sean McVay comes in. I come in free agency, me and Robert Woods. And we have that turnaround to our season. And I'll never forget, man, just the day-to-day of what a young kid Jared was. 3 years at Cal, coming out, in LA now. It just lots of pressure to play that position at a high level, and you don't have a great success at first. And the next year, you're a little beaten down just because of how tough it was. And you got to remember, that was a defensive team. They were insane on defense. So there's lots of pressure from the defense. So why is the offense not any good? All those things. And it was almost like just seeing him have people believe in him. I think similar to things you've shared about Tua, seeing Sean McVay believe in him, seeing the Rams organization like, hey, your future is going to be great. We're going to invest in you. It was cool to see. And then I'll never forget, realizing how special he was going to be. Few weeks into the season, Michael, America's gotten to see, and you've gotten to be around, has a way to get his way, is the best way I could put it. And he shares with Jared Goff after one of the games in the locker room that he had lost his goldfish at home. And he sat in Jared's locker the whole post game while Jared was doing post game interviews. And he must have just worked Jared over, because I'll never forget, Jared comes up to Melissa and I don't know how many times this has ever happened in the NFL. He comes up to Melissa and he says, "Hey, on Tuesday on my day off, can I come get a car seat from you?" And we're like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, I feel bad for Mike losing his goldfish. I'm going to come get a car seat. I want to pick him up from school. I'm going to take him to PetSmart, and we're going to get him some new fish." And so they end up, wow. I don't know if end up going. He gets a car seat from us. We strap it in his car. Michael's in kindergarten at this time. He picks Michael up from kindergarten, takes him to get him his own big, huge aquarium, two fish, all kinds of stuff. This is like the sickest aquarium a kid's ever had in their life. We could barely fit it in their room.
First pick money right there.
First pick money. And he named the two fish Goffy and Gurley for Jared and Todd cool. Gurley. And such a cool moment, you knew then, like, this kid gets it. Like, he gets, like, man, authentic relationships and creating bonds. And he's a little kid at heart himself. He's got a real passion for people. And that's why it was really cool to get the opportunity to give him his Walter Payton nominee, award and surprise him with that. Because for me, Jared and I had some really cool moments in LA. Obviously, we know how the trade ended up with Matthew Stafford coming in, him going to Detroit, and now he's responded. And I think it's worked out. One of the few trades you see, it's worked out amazing for everybody. I think everybody won in that trade. The Rams with the Super Bowl, Stafford with his success, Goff, obviously, and the success he's having in Detroit, and the new contract. He's gotten married. It's been amazing to watch, but also just the human being off the field. Jared's heart, the things he's done out in the community in LA. Him and I during COVID had an opportunity to, match donations to the food bank during COVID. We both gave $250,000 and matched each other to create meals for people who were really struggling. And it was a really neat moment of, like, big brother, little brother. We've had some special times, and let's do something special for other people. And then now what he's created in Detroit with his foundation and those things, it's cool for me to feel like at one time I was the guy inspiring him. And then now, man, I'm inspired in the way he's carried himself in Detroit, the character he's shown in that whole entire thing, to now even how he's built off of it and multiplied it into what he does in that community. It's really freaking neat to see. So I'm really happy for him, man. It's awesome to see great things happen to really great people.
Yeah, and the Jared Goff chants. I mean, they really appreciate him there in Detroit. But I just don't know that I've ever been in a stadium where there's been that many chants. He's got a chantable name, I guess, Jared Goff. But they love him there, and he reciprocates it, and it's unbelievable. For us to be able to live this great life that we live, and to have included our kids in some of these moments, and to still get to include our kids in these moments, is so special.